Hello, so now we're going to add our coaching product to the products page, and we are also going to follow along with the SOP in this video instead of do it the other way around, so that way you can see what it looks like with the SOP. So for coaching, the coaching product allows you to schedule coaching calls and have the live video directly inside the Kajabi platform, which is super cool. And they also, as of November 2023, just recently added the group coaching feature to the coaching. So in your courses, you can go live and do a live video for your regular calls, and up to 200 people can join you on those calls already. So the coaching product would be more for VIPs or people that get an extra call that isn't included just in the course as a standalone. So for that, we can create a coaching product. And you can also do one-on-one calls as well. So anybody who has, maybe they buy a standalone one-on-one call with you. So without further ado, let's look at the SOP for this and get started. So to prep the materials, you're going to decide on your coaching information. So the name of the call, the description, and the price. The branding for the call. So in this case, it just asks for a primary color and a secondary color. So I have my hex codes handy. I keep them on a index card because you need them often. Alternatively, you could have like a sticky note or something on your desktop. Mac has a stickies application, but I have it on a note card on my desk. And then also you can create the JPEG image for the coaching product as a 1280 by 720. And that will be the image that they see when they book the call and in their library. And then also if you have any worksheets or relevant files for the agendas of the call, this is going to be a super cool feature. So you can have that now prepped to just fill everything out in Kajabi, or you could have that, fill that out as you go. So the pre-setup, so this is not required to create the new coaching product, but if you follow the steps and do everything once, these are what you complete. So we're going to, before we do this, if you want to make a paid call, you would have your payment integration set up already. So you can see the video for that. And then you would decide on the information and create the JPEG. So you might probably create that in Canva or someplace like that. So you can have that available and handy. And that will be the main coaching image. So now that we've done this pre-setup, we can access the coaching product. So we're going to log in. We're going to go to products and go to coaching. And this is the overview dashboard, so I'll show you this later. And if you click on programs, if you already have one created, then that's how you create a new one. Otherwise, when you click on coaching, it'll automatically have you set one up. So we create a new coaching program. So we've done that already. So then you'll click get started. So that's what it'll look like. It'll say get started if you don't have one made yet. All right, so now we're going to fill out our details. So this will be, I'm going to create one based on just a session that I have in Sessions. So this is Sessions. I got this from AppSumo, so I have it on a lifetime deal. It does everything that Kajabi is about to do. So you don't need both, or you can use both if you want to, but it was a lifetime tech thing. So I'm a sucker for that. So in Sessions, you have your calendar in here. You can have different calls to book. You can do events, and you can have an open room. And they also have agendas in here and files that you can have on hand as well. So we're going to do website review. So for me, this wouldn't be a paid call, but for the purpose of this thing, we are going to show you it as a paid call and set it up that way. So website review is the title. I am the coach. And let's go over your site is my super fancy description. And then I'm going to just upload a image. All right, so here's a bunch of images. So I'm just going to upload this one for now. My standard file. So that'll be the image that shows up as my course or coaching product, title. All right, then this is where you're going to choose one-on-one or group coaching. And this is in this section right here. So this is the second screen where you choose your coaching type. Okay, so in this case, it's going to be one-on-one. and we would type in how many sessions. So obviously for a website review, it would be 1, but we're going to look at group coaching. So in group coaching, you can have a group name, and then you can add more groups if you need to for any particular reason. And then you can have as many sessions as you want in here. So if you had a year-long program and it was 52 weeks, you could have 52, you could have 48, and I'll show you why this is important in a minute. So for one-on-one coaching, we're just going to do 1 because that would fit what I'm doing. But like I said, you can make it however many you want. So we're going to click continue. And then this is where you're going to choose your scheduling preferences. So the booking and the video options in this section. So you can use Kajabi directly, and Kajabi connects to Google, Outlook, or Office, and that will make sure that you don't have any conflicts. And it'll also upload the session and automatically put it in your personal calendar, so you have that on your calendar as well. So you can use the Kajabi scheduler in-house. You can connect to your Calendly account if you'd like to and follow this step to do that. You can also do a custom link. So for example, if I wanted to keep sessions and use sessions instead of Kajabi, I could find my URL and paste that in here, which would be right here. So I could copy my booking link and paste it in there. And then you can also do manual booking. So you can enter the location. So this would be physical or the virtual. So you'd put your Zoom link or some virtual link or a physical location, and then the duration. So this wouldn't be something where they could book it, but so we're going to use the in-house scheduler. And for the location, you can do custom again, where you can do a virtual or physical and use the link. So if I had my sessions room link or a Zoom room, a Zoom personal link, then I would put that in here. So we're going to do Kajabi's live video. And then you choose how long this is going to last. So for me, for the website review, it would be 90 minutes. Click continue. And then this is the primary color and the secondary color. So I'm going to pull out my handy dandy hex codes because sometimes these buttons don't update. So green is my button color, and my light blue is my background color. Continue. And then you'll decide if it's free or paid. So you can click free. You could also click skip for now, which will still make it free. If you click paid, you have one time, so you'd fill out the price. You can let customers pay if you want, and then you'd fill out how they pay on the payment type. You could also do multi-pay. So this would be good if you had maybe a membership or you wanted to give someone a package of calls, but they would renew or something like that. So this could be a price and then the number of monthly payments between 2 and 24, and then select your payment provider, payment type. And you can also have a subscription. So you would input the price, and then you can also have a subscription. So you'd put in the price and then decide when you want to bill it. So you could do week, month, or year and decide when you want that to be. So you could do 1 week and a lot, $21 million. Oh my goodness. And then you can select the payment. So for this, obviously for a website review, it would be free, but we'll do the paid just to show you. And then we'll select the payment provider. So if you click none, then you just wouldn't connect. And it would take it manually. You can connect it with Stripe. So if Stripe's already connected, it'll just do your Stripe. And then you can also do Kajabi payments, and then you can offer Apple Pay, Google Pay, or Afterpay if you'd like. And then you can always click the skip for now button if you want. So we're going to save and finish. Okay, and now we see this. So let's follow along here. What is the next step in the SOP? So we've done all of this, and so now it's created. So we're going to look at our main coaching dashboard and configure those universal settings first before we go into our website review. So now that you have a product or products in your main page, now we are going to look at the main dashboard because we have something to see now. So this is your sessions. So you've got upcoming, your past sessions, and any pending sessions. So this was a test call I did with myself. It'll show you active clients that you have that have bought sessions before. It'll show you the completed sessions and how much revenue you've made in the last 30 days from your coaching. So we go onto clients, and that'll go into your contacts, and then it'll just filter the people that have access to a coaching call. And then programs, again, has all of the coaching programs available in here. And then in your settings, this is super important. So this will be where you can put in your availability in Kajabi. So you can do all the different days. You can have it as a big chunk, or what you can do if you have, separate times, you can change them. So we can do 3 p.m. to 6, whatever. So you can break it up like that as well. And then you can edit them for all of the different days. You also have your availability windows. So this is how many months out or weeks out or days out that they can book. So it'll give them a window of just this time. So for example, 2 weeks. So they wouldn't be able to book anything after that. And then minimum notice for scheduling, where how long before you want them to be able to schedule it. So let's say today's Tuesday. So let's say I had something available for tomorrow, but I want at least like 3 days heads up. So in this 2-week booking window, it's going to start at 3 days away from today, because I said that I want 3 days advance notice before we have a session. So that'll keep that in mind when you have your availability in there. And then calendars, you can connect your calendars here and sync. And then like it says here, it'll check for conflicts and then automatically add the schedule sessions to your personal calendar, so you can see it here as well. And when you're done with all those settings, you click save. So these are universal settings, so you can't change them for a specific coaching program type. So this would be your availability for all of the one-on-ones, all of the groups, anything that you do. So we want to keep that in mind. So then you're going to go back into programs, and then you can review your specific program. So I went through all of these, and now we're going to customize the individual coaching product. So we're going to select that, which we just did. So in here, it'll show you the clients, so you can see who's active in here, the package outline when it loads. So this is the sessions. So when we did how many sessions we were including in that main screen, this is what you will see. So this is where you can do the agendas for the different sessions. So for example, say you're running a 3-month course. Like for example, I've got Becoming a Heroine course coming up. So if we're doing live calls, that would be, let's say we did a weekly live call for the 3 months. I can do that many sessions, and then I can go in here and create a title and notes for that specific session. So for that example, Becoming a Heroine would be like a welcome call, or the first one is Mirror Mirror. So we would do like the description of the call. I can do the agenda in here, and then I can also link some resources. So going back to a website review, we're going to do website review. We're going to do the description. So let's look at your site. And so as you can see in sessions, I have a agenda in here. So when I go over the websites with people, then this is the structure of the call. So I'll go in here and do catch up. So we just say, hey, see how they've been doing, kind of like that beginning small talk. We'll go over the website, and then we'll go over what 90-day maintenance is and what it includes. And then the last thing is I will ask if they have any questions, and we'll just kind of recap everything, any last action steps, and make sure that we've got all the questions answered. So in this, as you can see in Sessions gives a pretty detailed, actually a very detailed agenda. I'll show you what that looks like in here just for funsies. Super quick. So everything will have timestamps. So if you want to skip this part, you can. So in Sessions, you've got your title, which in Kajabi is what you could put in here. If you click these and edit it, it's only the title. So it kind of keeps you on track and gives you the overview, but it won't go into detail. You can also move them around, so that's handy. In Sessions, you have your title. You also have a description, so they'll be able to see the description. If you add notes, that's your notes, so they can't see it even if you share the agenda with them. And then you can also add a resource. So I could add a link to their website, and that way when I click on this button in the agenda when we're doing the call, it'll automatically pull up their website. And then you can also guess how much time it might take. And we could, like, if I had a document, if I had a file for the 90-day maintenance and what that looks like, I could share that file and we can pull that up and look at it. And then you can also like screen record on there or screen share in it too. So that's what it looks like here. But this one is the titles and then resources. So let's say we're going to go over the website. So we're going to look at the website while we do the call. So this would obviously be their website. You can edit it and you can also launch the link so it'll go directly to the link. So that's what that looks like. And then you can upload a file or another link and have as many things as you need, I guess. All right, so now you've got your outline. And then we're going to go into the settings. So we'll do the offer tab next because the offer tab is going to take you somewhere else. So we're going to do the settings. So the settings is what we set up before. So we've got our title, our coach name. We can do our email. You can replace that image if you want to. You can update the scheduling if you need to do that differently. You've got your color customization, and then up here we've got our Kajabi live recording. So the live recording will be automatically saved and you can access it in past recordings. And then you also have a toggle button to select if you want to automatically record it or automatically upload it to the sessions. So this, from my understanding, because the learn more button is broken and it's not working, but I will double check and link that, link the proper page in the description. But from my understanding, what this does is it gives them immediate access to see your recording versus it can be accessed by you, but then you can give them access or not if you don't want to, or you know, if there's something that needs to be edited or something like that. So this would just automatically give them access to their past recording. And then you can also do a page upsell. So after the client completes the session, you can choose if you want to advertise with an offer and put an upsell in there. So if, for example, I had a 1-hour VIP call with someone and we were doing a tech setup for an hour, after our session was completed, I can directly take them to an offer checkout if they want to book a next session and get to thinking about the next time they might need help. Maybe give them, you know, a discount or something. I can set them up with maybe a discounted price. Okay, so we did that first, so that was less time consuming. So now for the offer tab, we're going to go and we are going to set up the offer and make sure that that looks good. So the offer is like normal, so I'm not going to go over it too heavily because you can see the offer lesson in another lesson. So it's got your internal title, description, all of these things. You can begin an access if you want, restrict it, where they go after the purchase. So if they go to the product library, that would give them access to schedule it whenever they wanted to, and then their post-purchase email, and you got your automation. So everything on here is as normal, but what you would need to do is edit your checkout. Would be the most important part. So you're going to edit your checkout and decide how you want it to look. So I'm just going to do it really quick, just show you how I do things. I take off the banner. Form fields, collect the name. If there's anything else, you can add a custom field. you can add an order bump in here. So if they had a VIP call, after they check out, it can pop up with another offer. So if, like I said, for a VIP call, I can give them a discount and they can purchase their next one right away. And then we can go like, let's review your set. And I won't fill it all out just because you get it and time. So being respectful of your time. Okay, so we're going to go back to the website review, make sure that there's nothing else that we would need to update. I like to get notified when the purchase has been made, so you can set that up here. If for whatever reason you wanted to have an affiliate commission, you can do that here as well. So all of these settings are going to be like normal. So let's go back to our coaching product and get our next step. All right, so now we're going to preview. I believe we did this part already. Yes. Okay, so now we're going to preview. So to preview, you go back to that coaching product and then you select the I button. And this will show you after they've paid and they have access to schedule with you. This will show you what they see on the client portal side. So they'll have I should have named that something else, but this is probably session 1. Yeah, that's session 1. So they can click on that and schedule it. They'll see their agenda and they can also check things off. So for the agenda, you might want to do, one good idea would be to either show them the agenda of what you're doing, or it could be, make sure to bring this, or, let them know what they might need to have or any prerequisites before the call. For notes, you can have shared notes where you both can see the notes that you guys are talking about, and then they also have private notes. So your notes would be on the coaching end and on the client end as well. And then resources would be here as well. So they can schedule their session. This is what the calendar would look like. In a second. So now they can select their date and time, confirm everything. It won't let me confirm in preview mode. Okay, and then I want to look at if I have another session, what that will be. So to add another session, you just click on this. You can give it a title. So let's go, we'll just do website review 2, just for ease of stuff. And I'm going to leave it blank because you already saw how that works, so we don't need to do it again. Okay, so now I have both of these. So now I want to see if they can schedule both at the same time or schedule the first one. Okay, so that's good. So they do have to schedule in order. So they can see it, it looks like. Okay, I guess they would be able to schedule it with you. But they'll have the call to action here. So they'll be able to see it. They could still schedule their second call, but it'll give them more of a call to action to schedule that first session with you. So you could do it that way. All right, so we've got all of that done and we've previewed everything. So now we're going to test it before we go live. So I have already created this, but in the sales tab, you can create your coupon. So I'm going to get my testing stuff coupon so that I can test this, and then go to your offer page. So I believe it was this one that we did. Okay, and now I'm going to get link, and you want to open a new Chrome or whatever tab that you're using, want to use a new profile, because otherwise you'll be logged in and it'll just go to preview mode when you look at it. Okay, so we've got this the way that I did that. So I'm going to test it out. And I don't see a coupon for this. Oh, because I did the wrong one, that's why. Okay, so now we're going to test the checkout. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a coupon, which I already created one. So in order to test things, I'm going to give myself 100% off, so I'm not paying myself. And then I'm going to add the offer. So this was a All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to test the checkout and the client portal. So you can do this one of two ways. You can go through the checkout process. I use a 100% off coupon and I buy it and do it that way so that you can go through it just like a client would, except obviously they would pay. Or you can, on the contacts page, select yourself, your test account. You can grant yourself the offer and then just log into your client account. So I'm going to test it with checkout. So I've got my coupon and we want to make sure that the coupon goes to the offer that we need it to go to. This is my second time doing this video, so we have 2 website reviews and I don't know which one's which, so we're going to do both. Okay, and done. And you want to make sure you include it in the offer, otherwise it won't show up as an option. So now that we've done that, we're going to go over to our offer page, and you might have a landing page for this offer too. So you can look at the video to create a landing page, but we're just going to go directly to the checkout page. So we're going to copy it to the clipboard, and then we're going to go to a separate account. Otherwise, if you pull it up on a new tab, it'll just go to the preview because you're logged in. So now we see that they've got a coupon code that we can apply. So we're going to not paste because that was something else. Okay, so now you see it took the price off, so it won't even make me put in my card information. So now I'll just put in my email and my name and complete my purchase. Congratulations. Okay, now I can log in. And I don't know my password, so hang on one second. Okay, so created a new password. Log in. And this is not designed, but this is the inventory or the library page. So now I can see the website review call and any other offers that I have access to on my testing account. So I can view class, and you can update that, I'm sure, as well. So now this will show you that course portal, same thing as before. So that's working still too. And I can schedule my session. So now that I am officially a client and not in preview mode, I can also add an item. So if the client wants to talk about something, they can add their own agenda items and it'll show up on there as well. So let's say I want to give you a testimonial, right? That's great. Save. Okay, we're going to have the same initials because I'm the same person, but we'll pretend that that's different. And then I'll show you on the notes. So these are a secret. And hi, how are you? Save. And then in the resources, I can add my own resource as well as the client. So that way, before we get on the call, we have everything that we need. And then I can schedule my session here. Success. So now each person's getting a notification that it has been created. So we can reschedule the session, and then they've got the link for the live video. You can also cancel it. And then you can click join session. So apparently, even though it's not time yet, they can still join it for whatever reason, but the host is not in there. Actually, let me see if I can do this, because that would be hilarious if I could do this at the same time. Is it this one? No. Where's my other? Here we go. Okay, and I'll show you on this back end. So we can see I've got one upcoming event now. So let's go into the programs, website review. I don't hope this doesn't like break my computer. It shows you how many sessions they have. So let's click on this session. Okay, so when I click on the client, I can click on the client or I can click on the upcoming sessions. So this will show you the session from your perspective. So we saw the way that the client can see it on their end. I'm still in the waiting room, but we saw this. So this will be this side on your end, on the back end. So this is what it will look like when you're ready to start that session. So it reminds you to let them know that you're recording. It lets you know that this is not scheduled, and it also shows you the date that it is scheduled. An ad hoc session, you could also do that as well. So your client will automatically have access to the session. And be sure to follow up if you need to collect payment, is what it warns you about. So you got your details here. You can access the session recording here and upload it when you're done as well. You can see that the agenda has been updated to mark the item that I added. You can mark it as complete and save it. It'll also show you the notes. So you see the client notes. This is the shared notes, because you remember I put hi, how are you in the client or in the shared notes, and then in the private notes I put like this is a secret or something like that. So you'll see that you have the same ability on here as well, and then you can click on your resources and there's the website. So obviously this would be November 17th, but we're going to click start session and see what happens, because this will be fun. Start session. I'm going to show up on camera like twice. Okay, so this uploaded to, so we're going to allow. I'm about to get on a call with myself. That's hilarious. Okay, so this is the client back, or the coach backend screen. This is the client screen. Okay, so here we've got our settings here, so you can turn off your camera, mute yourself. You can add effects. So it's got these things here, video quality, audio and video, where you want them to be from. You can do noise reduction as well. And you can do the blurs and the backgrounds if you'd like. And then there's also more. You can change your name and upload the settings. So I'm actually going to change my name on here, so that way we don't get confused. Okay, so are we ready to join? I'm the host, so let's join. I'm the client, let's join. It's hilarious. Okay. I'm gonna mute myself so that way you don't hear all of the feedback and the background stuff. Okay, so this is what a call would look like with your client. So I'm going to pull up your side first. So we're going to click record and start recording this call inception with myself. Okay, so you've got your speaker view, and then you've got your a grid view. So this is just a fun mirror image of myself. It shows you how many people are in the call, and it gives you that settings again. So you've got your people here. So this is you, so that's me. Unfortunately, my name did not update. So you can remove someone from the call and you can pin them, and you can mute them and turn their camera off as well. You can have a chat in here. You can share your screen, which we're not going to do right now just because I don't want to break everything. So you have chat, people, so your participants list, you can share your screen. And that's, looks like it from this screen. So the downside of this is you can't see your agenda in here. And it looks like the resources aren't in here either. So that's kind of a bummer. This is what the client can see. So they have their settings here again. They can change their view. They've got the participants list and also the chat feature. So it had a little notification to say that there was a message. They can leave here and share their screen as well. And it looks like that resource popped up. Oh no, that's not true. Just kidding. Okay, so that's the downside. When you're in sessions, I'm going to go ahead and leave this as the client and leave this as the coach. So we can stop recording and we can leave. Feel free to close the tab. Don't mind if I do. So now we're going to wait for this to upload. And I believe I gave automatic access, so it should also upload on this thing as well. So the downside of this is once we were on the call, we couldn't see the agenda items, the resources. I couldn't take notes. So you can take notes before and after, but apparently not during the call. So it would be good to, when you're on the call, have this page up for both of you. Obviously I had it up. I just didn't click over to that tab. When you're in sessions, if you do a call, the agenda comes up on this side of the screen, and then you can click on each one. And so if you have a resource, it'll automatically pull that resource up and start sharing the screen on that one. And they have their stuff in there. So I'm not going to show you that because it's a Kajabi course, but, just to give you full transparency on my thoughts. Okay. So obviously that wasn't the call, so it might not update with the call that we just did, but maybe it will. So let's see. Okay, so here is the recording and it's encoding. So this is, again, the coach's side. So let's see if it pops up on the client side automatically as well. It should, because I told it to. Yep, so here we go. It's encoding on here automatically. So we did the call, didn't have to do anything. Now they have access to the call. So you don't have to wait for the call to download. Sessions is the same way, where they can have automatic access and you can turn that off and on too. So you don't have to do anything. You can just, now they have access and now they can see it. And then alternatively, you can access it here and you can download it if there's somewhere else that you want to upload it to as well. So that looks like that is everything on the coaching end and on the client end. So now we can play the video. So there you go. Then you can check these off. Again, you can update any notes or resources. So that was the downside. But otherwise, you know, it cuts out the need for Calendly, cuts out the need for Zoom, or even sessions and all of that. So that makes it super simple and easy, and it works. So we saw that. And I'm going to check my SOP and make sure we don't have anything else. So we've tested everything to make sure it works. And then the optional thing is you can include those post-purchase emails. So I won't show that to you just because we go over that in a different lesson. So you can check that out and set up your emails for the post-purchase if you would like to, and see all of that stuff. So that is how it looks on the back end. And like this said, you can add any more sessions that you need to, but it'll just automatically give them access. So it'll be free unless you get payment another way. And then As we can see here too, we can start the session whenever we want, so we don't have to wait for that specific time. You can cancel it from your screen and you can reschedule. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to check and see if it'll... Okay, so even though we did a recording, it'll still keep this meeting. So I'm going to cancel it on my end because I don't need to have another call with myself, even though that was super fun. My mirrored Melissa inception. Okay, so now it's just not scheduled. So that's what all of that looks like. So super cool to have that in-house. It looks like it works fine. Should be something that they're updating more along as they go as well. And that makes everything super easy. So that is how we set that up and get that ready for our clients.